So I've been waiting for the past few weeks to talk about this. I wanted to talk about it originally after the first two episodes aired, but then I was like, nah, I'll watch the next two and then kind of get a feel, see how I feel. And then I watched the next two, and then the next two, and then I was like, all right, I'll just wait till I finish it. And so the show that I'm talking about is Velma, the animated adult cartoon that aired on HBO Max, is now completely out. All 10 episodes are on HBO Max for your viewing pleasure, if you so choose. Which, honestly, after this review, you may not choose. But as I was alluding to, this series, while it isn't as bad as a lot of people say online, it still isn't a good series. I thought it was okay. I quite frankly thought there was a lot of missed opportunities. Uh, this series is obviously a kind of a referendum uh, and kind of an answer to Harley Quinn, which is also on, HBO Max, as an adult oriented animated series, um, using using a traditionally children's property. However much you can say DC is children's property, especially the character of Harley Quinn, but I digress. And Velma, I think the underlying problem is the show tries to be progressive when they're really not. I mean, they're not, but they're not doing it in a way that actually paves a way forward for new and interesting stories with either people of color or people with same sex attraction, etc., etc. And so, and actually on that, uh, Velma herself is portrayed as Indian. Daphne is portrayed as Asian, and Shaggy is portrayed as being a black man, while Freddy remains a Caucasian. And other than Freddy, really nobody else had to be the ethnicity that was given to them for this series. Like, Shaggy could have retained being who he was from classic lore. Daphne could have retained being who she was from classic lore, and Velma also very much could have retained uh, what she was from the original lore. And I feel like the changes, at least in terms of Mindy Kaling, who voices Velma, who is an Indian actress, I believe the change to Velma was due to Mindy Kaling voicing the character. And I also believe wholeheartedly, after looking at who the cast is, Constance Wu voices Daphne. Constance Wu is Asian. And Kevin Richardson, I think. Sorry, who is a black voice actor. Uh, yeah, he voices Shaggy, and so literally they cast they cast the characters based on who was voicing those characters. sorry, they created the characters based on who was voicing the characters. And just like in live action, just like in live action, television and movies, you don't create a character because of who your performer is. You get a performer, you get the best performer for the character that they're given. Um, and so that that aspect of the show is only uh, a minute problem, only a small minutia of the overall problem with this show. Um, yeah, it tries to be meta, it tries to be inclusive, but it all just comes out as being forceful. It's just forced. And which then, of course, that all bleeds into the story, which then ultimately doesn't really lead anywhere. It's actually kind of a paper thin story. Um, and I really find that unfortunate because I'm a really big fan. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan in the world of Scooby Doo. I don't know everything, but I know enough to enjoy this show for what it was, but also have criticism for what it's lacking. And honestly, this show really, when it boils down to it, is just lacking charisma, which is, like I said, it's uh, like I said, Harley Quinn. Again, comparing it, its predecessor. Harley Quinn has loads of charisma, and I believe with this show, they were attempting to capitalize on that, on the popularity of the Harley Quinn show, but it just did not. It just didn't land. And I know that season 2 was announced, but unfortunately, I don't believe I'll be checking in because, like I said, this show's just it's not great. But that's just the break sometimes. And yeah, that's my review. I hope I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to, like I said, I think I did pretty well avoiding spoilers. Actually, that was very non-spoilery. But anyway, that's my video. I hope you enjoy and look forward to the next one. Bye.